Brew Strong is brought to you by Blichmann Engineering, home of the top-tier brewing stand. Visit them online at blichmannengineering.com.
For the beer radio you've been looking for. This is the show that dispels myths, tackles the toughest topics, and makes no apologies for geeking out on beer. Hosted by two guys that drink before they think. Jamil and John Palmer. This is Brew Strong.
Hey, howdy, hey, my brewing brothers and sisters! Great to be back at the Homebrew Conference in San Diego, isn't it, John?
It is. Greetings, Cretans. We got a fine group of Cretans here today, I think.
Yeah, they look like Cretans. This guy here in the stone hoodie, especially, man, that's Cretanish right there. Oh, yeah. It's like old home week. You know, when you go and you visit all your retarded cousins and all that inbred people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is it. This is me
visiting your family,
healthier and younger. Uh-huh. This is me right here, cool. All around. Not quite as bad. Speaking of inbreds, we've got our most lovely inbred right here, John Blichmann. That's as inbred as they come right there.
2 N's and a CH, yeah.
And I'm terribly uncomfortable sitting between you two, by the way.
Have we touched you a little too much so far? Is that the issue?
You gave me an interesting greeting this morning.
Yes, I started off by rubbing your nipples at your booth. I snuck up behind him, like I told all of you to do. I said, go.
And apparently no one did. So.
And grope him from behind, and he would appreciate it. And nobody did.
The odd thing is I didn't jump. I think I was expecting it from you.
Well, the thing
recognize the touch.
I think people thought I was kidding. Yeah. I don't think they realize how serious we are on this show.
You really wanted them to come and tackle me. Just don't knock the gear over, and that's fine.
You know, touch you seriously in that most intimate way. So yes, I rubbed your nipples and interrupted you explaining some equipment to some visitors, and something that I had heard about, but I had not seen in person.
Oh, what is that?
The BrewEasy, I believe it was.
The new BrewEasy,
it kind of looked like a very compact, well-integrated, very shiny stainless steel, like a kettle on top of a kettle, almost.
Yes.
The R2-D2 of brewing.
That it is.
Yeah, that's a good description.
We had those discussions.
Yeah.
Especially what to name it.
Yeah.
We passed on R2-D2. We went with just describing what it is. It's BrewEasy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you brew easy how? How does this thing work? I mean, I saw it. Now, all you folks, you can go over to the Blichmann booth and you can see this thing and they'll explain it to you and you can touchy-feel and take it apart, which is one of the things I love about the conference, is getting to actually meet the people who make all the stuff that we use for homebrewing and getting a chance to try it out and all that and ask questions and touchy-feely.
Yeah.
I like the touchy-feely. I don't know if you realize that.
Well, we've actually been talking about stainless steel nipples,
Blichmann doesn't have stainless steel nipples?
You know that Jamil's had a couple drinks because he's normally touchy-feely, don't get me wrong, but he's uber touchy-feely when he has a couple homebrews in him.
I'm having a good time. I have not been to the Homebrew Conference, and I missed Grand Rapids.
Oh, you did miss last year, yeah?
Right.
First one in a while you missed.
It's been a couple of years, so I just being here.
Got to get back in the groove.
Yeah. No, he's diving right in.
It's just thrilling me. I love it. Hanging out. It's like I said. It's like being with my family, my extended family, and we're hanging out, and all my best friends.
Yep.
And we're having a party. And I just love it. I could walk up to any person here and just start talking about beer and brewing, and it's.
Yep. See, he's the lovey drinker. I get texts at 11 p.m. sometimes. I won't talk to Jamil for months, and he'll send me a text. I just really love you and appreciate you, Justin. So I call his wife and I go, "Is Jamil all right? He's drinking again, isn't he?"
Drinking again.
He's a lovey drinker.
Like it never stops. I don't know.
Well, you can find John's booth really easily too, because John always brings like a helicopter flying above it. It's the most engineered booth at the conference every year.
The cyborg booth.
The cyborg. It is.
Aluminum girders and struts and everything.
Yeah. So get in there and play with things.
Well, y'all having a great time? Yeah.
Excellent.
How many people first time at the conference?
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
wow. That's awesome.
Numbers. Yeah. Good numbers.
A lot of new
welcome
new members, new people. That's great.
You cannot miss out on the conference. It's especially when it's in your area. It is the best beer event possible.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to drive down, this time instead of flying halfway across the country,
like I did.
Yeah,
like John did. Yeah. I don't know that it's ever going to be in your backyard, John. So you might have to keep on flying.
Indianapolis,
someday.
I'm pushing.
All right.
If it's like a gun shooting conference, then yeah.
They had the NRA conference there.
Right.
That's what we're saying.
That's what
if we build on a theme of roast corn, I think at a homebrew conference.
There you go.
Indiana will be there
with hogs.
Yeah,
there's more hogs in Indiana than people.
Hey, don't be disrespectful.
I mean, then there's one more when you two guys come.
Yes, between us, we make
there's
another
two
one.
More. No, two. Maybe we make three.
It could be.
We're both not as svelte as we used to be.
That's right.
Just saying.
John, how long have you been doing what you do?
2001.
Okay.
And then I left CAD in 2002.
What happened in 2001? Did you just build your first what? What happened there?
I've been homebrewing since 91.
Okay.
And I took a little sabbatical when I was remodeling my house and then got back into it, wanted to get up to 10-gallon batches, and I found a Nalgene big carboy.
Okay.
10-gallon carboy, and I made a couple batches in there, and then all of a sudden I started getting some contaminations, and I decided I needed one of these stainless conicals. And there was no way in hell I was getting that past my wife. So I had this grandiose idea. eBay was just kind of, the thing at the time. And I thought, I'll justify this by, I'm going to buy enough to make 5, and I'll sell 3 of them, and it'll pay for the other 2, and it'll be cost neutral, and she'll go along with that.
Wow.
So I started talking to Anita Johnson down at, that really is her name. Let me tease the crap out of her. Anita Johnson. Great, she owns Great Fermentations. Great gal.
Great name.
She married into this. And I said, did you not
you got to think about
of this
these
before
things.
You got married? And she said, no. And I was really pissed. My husband didn't tell me until afterwards.
Like right afterwards, too. Got you.
So she asked, have you ever thought about wholesaling these and selling them through the retailers? And just kind of a light went off. And I started doing that. And here we are today.
Yeah.
So it was
she's had a shop in your garage or what? Like, how did you have?
I started this in my garage.
Okay.
You hate her to this day, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I love her. She's great.
So
because I got to quit my day job and do this full time.
When did you get to quit your day job after?
About a year and a half later.
Okay, that's excellent.
So yeah.
Homebrew dream come true.
Yeah, we started in my garage, just garage industry. I threw stuff in the back of my minivan and hauled it over to FedEx and we just moved into a 30,000 square foot facility a couple years ago, and
wow,
got a FedEx truck parked outside, so no more minivan trips to FedEx.
Well, and part of the bonus of you now having your own space and being able to grow like that is I feel like we're getting more Blichmann products now. Like the rate of new technology coming from you has increased with your growth.
Yeah, we've been able to, with the profits that we've had, we've been able to reinvest in a lot of new tools to make some products that we just really couldn't make before.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons that we were able to bring the Boilermaker kettles back on shore. They're all U.S. made now. The 20-gallon on down are U.S. made,
nice.
single piece construction. So great quality. We've got had the ability to hire some engineering guys. So we got Pete and a couple of co-op students from Purdue right there in town, and we're just cranking out design after design of things. Got a lot of neat things coming up this coming year. So
beautiful.
Excited about those.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to learn a little bit about the BrewEasy today, right, Jamil?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I saw the BrewEasy there, but I have not touchy-feeled it. I really don't know the whole story behind it. So let's do this. Let's take a short break. When we come back, I want you to tell me about the BrewEasy, how it works, all that stuff, because I think it's got potential, but I have not tested this myself. You haven't sent me one, so I don't know. Maybe you should. I don't know.
You got to talk sweet to me.
Oh, well, later on.
All right.
Later on, man. I got you.
There he goes again.
Well, and I'll tell you this. You crowd standing around, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here so much that later on, if you got some questions for our fine guest, John Blichmann, I may have a T-shirt for you. Brewing Network quality.
Ooh.
It's good. Even if you don't want to wear it, you can use it like as a diaper or,
Jamil, you are the first person ever to use the word quality in the same sentence with Brewing Network. It's taken 10 years for me to hear that.
I've been drinking, like you said. Yeah. There you go. All right. So we'll be back right after this.
Are you looking for a simple brewing system that's great for all grain brewing, but everything on the market seems to be full of compromises? Blichmann Engineering has the answer. The Blichmann BrewEasy all-grain brewing system. The BrewEasy is a complete system with easy upgrades and a beautiful compact design, perfect for any size brewing location. At its core, the BrewEasy is built on two gorgeous Blichmann Boilermaker brew kettles, a high-temperature March pump, and either a top-tier gas burner or the new Boil Coil electric heater. The BrewEasy adapter lid allows the pots to stack on top of each other, forming an efficient, strong, and compact brewing setup that comes in 5, 10, and 20-gallon batch sizes. Upgrade your BrewEasy system with full automated control by adding a Blichmann Tower of Power temp controller, and make moving around easy with the Blichmann Kettle Cart. The BrewEasy is modular. If you already own a Boilermaker kettle, you can build your BrewEasy by purchasing just the modules you need. The new BrewEasy all-grain brewing system. See it today at BlichmannEngineering.com and brew with Blichmann quality on your new BrewEasy. When I order a beer, I want my server to know more about it than I do. I want someone who enjoys good beer and loves helping others enjoy it too. I want someone who knows how to pour a perfect pint for every beer style. I want a Cicerone.
The Cicerone Certification Program is creating the type of people who help you enjoy great beer. Homebrewers and craft beer lovers know beer is more flavorful and complex than ever, and it takes some serious knowledge to store and serve beer right. Cicerones know beer. There are 3 levels in the Cicerone program: Certified Beer Server, Certified Cicerone, and Master Cicerone. Cicerones are truly the sommeliers of beer. The best beer locations have a Certified Cicerone on staff. Relaxed and unpretentious. Cicerones are tested on storing and serving beer, beer styles, flavor and tasting, the brewing process and ingredients, and pairing food with beer. Learn more about your next beer guide at cicerone.org. Certified Cicerone, because it takes top talent to present a perfect pint.
For nearly 40 years, one organization has had your back, the American Homebrewers Association. Are you a member? Why not? Join the more than 40,000 brewers who enjoy all the American Homebrewers Association has to offer, like Zymergy Magazine, in print and online, plus the Zymergy app. Zymergy is the leading publication for amateur brewers around the world. Supporters also get member deals at their local breweries, bars, and homebrew shops. These alone quickly pay for your membership. You'll also get great member-only resources at homebrewersassociation.org and access to AHA events like the National Homebrewers Conference and the National Homebrew Competition. The American Homebrewers Association promotes the hobby of homebrewing, protects the interests of homebrewers, and brings beer lovers together. Become a member today. It costs less than a batch of beer and gives back so much more. Visit homebrewersassociation.org. Your support of the Brewing Network means everything to us. We couldn't produce shows without you. And we love giving you something extra for that support, like Brew Your Own magazine. You already know it's a great brewing magazine full of recipes, equipment how-tos, discussions of beer styles, and brewing techniques. Whether you're new to brewing and just starting out or you're an old pro, you'll always learn something from the articles in Brew Your Own. Plus, there are amazing special issues like plans for building a brew Brutus 10 system, 250 classic clone recipes, and the Homebrewers Answer Book. Brew Your Own magazine and BYO.com are awesome resources for any brewer, whether for yourself or as a gift. When you subscribe or resubscribe from the Brewing Network homepage, you directly support programs like this. Get a great magazine and support the Brewing Network. Subscribe to Brew Your Own right from the BrewingNetwork.com.
Back to your hosts, Jamil Zainasheff and John Palmer. Putting the testicles in technical. This is Brew Strong.
Oh, yeah. We're back. We're live from NHC. Are we not? Yeah, having a good time. I tell you, it is my favorite beer event of all is NHC. I go to a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And, GABF every year.
Yeah, GABF,
This
CBC.
is the thing. This is the thing right here.
This is our roots.
This is hanging with the family.
Yep. I agree with that.
Yeah. Pardon me.
And a growing family it is. How many attendees this year?
A growing family, did you say? 2,000. You need a
2,000, eh?
I think there's more. I think there's a little over 3.
A little over 3?
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe 35, something like that.
Awesome.
It's a lot of homebrewers in one place.
The number of new people here, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool
All
to see.
So, being a new person here and coming by your booth, I saw something that I had not seen before, which is the BrewEasy.
Yes.
Which sounds easy. I'm just saying from the name. But tell me how it works. All I saw was like a kettle on top of a kettle. What's your theory? How are you innovating my brew day?
All righty. We step back just a little bit. We really wanted to develop a product for brewers that either didn't have a lot of space to devote to their brewery, or just didn't want to devote that much space. So something that was more compact for.
It does look compact.
Yes,
Yeah, the footprint's great.
Yeah, very small footprint,
Yeah,
about 20 by 20 inches.
If you put one kettle on top of another, that's it.
Right. So what we've done, and we also wanted a system that had very few sacrifices. So you didn't sacrifice beer quality for compact nature. And we were also looking to try to have something that was just a little bit, get you through your brew day a little faster.
Okay.
So we...
all sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was looking at a compact, all-grain system, I might consider like brewing a bag.
Right.
Because that's, a kettle and a foldable sack. I mean, that's pretty
minimal
compact.
equipment. Yeah.
Right.
Right. So this is an all-grain system you're talking about.
It is an all-grain system.
Okay.
And, so some of the things, brewing a bag is a great addition to the hobby, but it has some limitations.
Yeah.
And one of the limitations that we wanted was easy ways to ramp temperatures.
Right.
We wanted word clarification, so we had, very clear word.
That's a big thing for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and we also wanted something that was easy to automate.
Oh, okay.
So
you got like your Tower of Power controller.
Right, we do have that as an option for it. Yeah. So what we really did is we created a different process that we call kettle rims. So we're actually we have 2 kettles. The upper kettle is your mash tun, and your lower kettle is essentially does dual purpose. It's your boil kettle, but it's also a heated grant. So we have a heat source just on the bottom kettle. You don't have to have a heat source on the top.
That is extreme. It just dawned on me. That's
just clicked.
Extremely clever. Yes.
Yeah. So you now.
Right.
Yeah. You now go.
You don't need another vessel. You're applying your heat for your heated rims. You're step mashing if you want.
Right.
In that kettle that's doing nothing. You're draining out in that. You're using that as your grant and you're recirculating through that. And you can apply heat to that. And then when you're done doing all your recirculation and all that,
let it drain. Yeah. You just let everything drain out of that out of the mash tun.
So you see, this is why, and I think people think I'm kidding or something like that. But you amaze me, pretty much like once a year. I meet you, we talk, and you amaze me because you're thinking outside the box, stuff that people are not doing. It was like with the beer gun. You're just like, wait, no, we're thinking about the problem wrong. Here's how you think around that problem and do something different that actually works better. And same thing here. Very cool.
Yeah, very much so. It's, kind of our design philosophy is it's very easy to design something that's complex. It takes a long time to design something that's simple.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I think it was Mark Twain said that I would have made this story shorter, but I didn't have the time.
Right.
So it's very much so to get the elements down, and that gets your cost down,
right?
And it gets your reliability up, and it's just more intuitive to use and all that. That's how we develop the beer gun.
Engineer. True engineer.
Yeah.
I guess this is why Caterpillar stuff is quite reliable.
That it is.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But would I be able to brew good beer on this system,
No.
John Blichmann? Have you solved that problem yet?
If Jamil was there with you, maybe.
I'm counting on you, man. One of these years, you got to.
I think if you push the buttons, you'd be all right.
Yeah, is that fine?
You would be able to make high quality words, I think.
And what size is it? Is this BrewEasy?
That you would send into the carpet.
Yeah. Accident.
We've got them in 5-gallon, 10-gallon, and 20-gallon batch sizes.
Oh.
So. And one of the other neat things that we've done to help with the efficiency, I consistently get 72% mash efficiency out of this setup.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of it's not quite batch sparge, it's not quite brew in a bag.
Right.
But we start with all the brewing liquor at once.
Uh-huh.
And it does a couple of neat things for you. The wort that you are, you're going to, as you drain the mash tun, you're going to leave some residual wort in that kettle in the grains.
Right.
But it's more dilute than it would be if you did a concentrated mash.
Right.
So that's how you get more of that sugar in there. One of the other things that I really like about it is as I'm going through my mash, I can get gravity samples, and since I have all my liquor in there, that is my starting specific gravity. So I know if I've hit my target or not. So if I go through 45 minutes and I hit my target, I go to mash out and I'm ready to go. If I haven't, if I need to pick up a couple more points, I may just recirculate for another 10, 15 minutes and get those last few points.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, efficiency a lot of times is based on crush and time.
Yes.
You know? But we all learned that in the previous show, yes?
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. And the important thing is it doesn't so much matter what your efficiency is as long as it's consistent and you can predict it.
Right. I'm with you 100% because you can just throw in a little bit more grain or pull out some grain or whatever and get exactly what you want if it's repeatable. And that's one of the things I like about automation is it makes it easier to repeat these things. And also, pumps and valves that you can trust to do, a repeatable process. It makes it much easier to dial in what you're doing. People worry about, mash temperature or this, it was 152, it was, 153 is what it was supposed to be, and they freak out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it doesn't really matter. What matters more is, I got, 1080 wort, and I was supposed to get 1060 wort, or I got 1060, I was supposed to get 1080. That's a much bigger deal.
Yeah,
right.
And I love the recirculation. I think that there is a benefit to recirculating the Vorloff and getting a clear wort. I think that, removing a lot of that protein, I think actually helps. It's one of my problems with brew in a bag. I think you can make decent beer with brew in a bag. I don't think that that's a giant hindrance to making quality beer, but I would feel much better if I could maintain my mash temperature for one, which you can with recirculation.
Right.
And the kettle below that will provide heat if you want. And then also, I just think with clearer wort, I think you make better beer.
That's one thing we kind of touch on is there's so many easy ways to make beer, and you can make good beer with most any process.
Right.
It's when you want to take that another step above and make really good beer, make great beer. That these small steps, these small advances in terms of recirculation, temperature consistency throughout the mash, all these play a role in helping you reach that next level. And I have a BrewEasy at home, and I've used it. It's a delight to work with. I mean, the controls on it.
I don't have a BrewEasy.
Yeah.
don't have one.
Normally
that's why I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
It looked completely new to me because
but you don't ask.
I'm picking up the hint.
Questions, Jamil. You gotta bring it up, otherwise I just won't.
Right.
Well, no.
Be good the rest of the year, and Santa will give you a surprise.
It's because I touched John inappropriately, and he's uncomfortable with
Well, he figures you're getting enough out of him.
No. But my thought process is this. What's the drawback to the BrewEasy? Because, I mean, why would I buy the Tower of Power now, or
the top tier
stand?
Well,
the top tier you can swap out pots really easy.
Yeah.
And do different sizes, which I really like.
Yeah.
I do have a top tier, and I can swap out. I could do a bigger mash tun, smaller kettle, bigger kettle, smaller mash tun. So I can get all my ratios that I like when I'm boiling or when I'm mashing, or that's very easy to do. I like that. I like that I can reconfigure it. That's brilliant. But this sounds pretty good because I think most people are not swapping out sizes like I do.
Generally not. We do get that question quite a bit, and it's difficult to a lot of people ask us, can I do a 5-gallon batch in a 10-gallon system?
Right.
Same thing with the top tier stand, and it can be done, but you've got some sacrifices like thin mash beds and different things like that. But really with the BrewEasy, it's probably when I'm brewing on my top tier, I get about 82% mash efficiency. So I'm losing about 10%, but that's a few pounds of grain. So that's not a huge distractor. What I do like about 3-tier brewing is you can get, with some of the finesse beers, you can, I think you can get a little bit better malt character with the more concentrated mashes. But it's only on
water ratio. It's
couple
a small
different styles.
But But I would agree with that. Yeah.
But really, I love to brew Kolsch, and the BrewEasy has just been fantastic for that. And it can be a finicky beer, not a lot of room for mistakes.
Right.
And that again, with different beer styles will lend themselves to processes better. Like, big bold flavored beers are going to be easier to do in a brew in a bag than, a very mild flavored beer like a Kolsch, where those little flaws are going to stick out on you.
Well,
so.
Because, now that I understand how it's working and all this, and I understand what the benefits are and some of the options, I'm thinking to myself, well, why would anybody continue to make larger, big brew sculpture, stand type of things when you can have this nice compact thing that you could just easily tuck away in a closet with all the rest of your brew gear?
Because stands are cool.
They are cool.
They just look cool.
That's seriously my question. Yeah. It's like, well,
a lot of people like to stick to tradition too.
Yeah, but I love the top tier, but it's mobile and it's fairly compact, but compared to the BrewEasy, that's a huge size difference.
Yeah, and not having to sparge.
If I'm going to
knocks an hour off the brew day.
Right. I'm going to get all these benefits, and I'm good with not sparging and using the full wort recirc and all the entire water.
Well, I think it goes back to the water to grist ratio, where because you
if
have
that's the only
vessels,
drawback,
well, it makes it more difficult to go for the really high gravity beers.
Yeah.
Because it's a more dilute wort to start with.
Right.
So if you're going to try to brew a barley wine with it, you've either got to really fill that pot, the top pot.
Yeah.
And
a lot of
mash.
Yeah. So you're dropping your water to grist ratio.
Yeah. And then potentially boiling a little longer. 90 minutes, 120 minutes.
Can you not double mash? So you're starting out with you do your one set of grain.
Yeah.
You do your full amount of liquid.
Yeah.
You run it through.
Yeah.
And you get to a certain level of specific gravity. Toss that grain, load in more grain, run it through again.
Yeah, you can, and that's
double mash it. Could you not get up to quite a considerable?
You could.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. Chris Colby talks about that on his blog, and that is a good method for stepping up to higher gravity worts, which would lend itself well to.
You could get a maximum gravity wort out of that.
Yeah. Because you do allow that top
an hour
to drain. Drain down to the lower kettle, which is your boil kettle.
Right.
Yeah. We can do about...
I think I just solved something for them.
Clearly.
I don't have a BrewEasy, but I think I just made it that much better.
And he's gunning for that BrewEasy, John.
I just made it that much better.
It's going to be worth giving him a BrewEasy just to shut him up.
My friend John Blichmann. Absolutely.
If you get a BrewEasy, I'm taking your top tier.
Good luck with that.
Speaking of high gravity, we can do pretty easily 080 gravity beers.
Oh, there you go.
Straight up.
Yep.
So if you do want to get higher, you could do that. You could even do just a single step infusion and just let it just drain straight down.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And do double of those. Without
most people cannot hit 80 on their separate multiples, standard, mash tun, separate.
Right.
So 80's pretty darn good.
And I don't do high gravity beers that often. And when I do, I just use some extra extract.
Yeah,
that just save the time.
No, but I think you could, if you really were just gunning for a lot of high gravity wort, you could just run more malt to it.
Yeah, do that, or do the longer boil.
Yep.
Right.
Or be lazy like me and just put extract in it.
Yeah, you
get a little
lazy.
extra boost.
Both of you too lazy. I'm really hard working, and the rest of you just too lazy. I think that's it.
Well, no, wait. Okay, so some people say necessity is the mother of invention. Laziness is the mother of invention.
That's true.
If people were freaking hardworking, we wouldn't have stuff like pumps and cars and all that other stuff.
You're drinking. You're like, I really don't want to get up and do that. And all of a sudden, it's like, well, you can use a remote and make it happen. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm not carrying those freaking buckets of water up the damn hill.
Yeah. Right.
I'm going to turn the switch on my pump.
You're right.
Right.
Lazy people. We have
laziness is the mother of invention.
Laziness and bad friends. Because I imagine, like in Egyptian times, they were like, well, come over and help me irrigate my crops. And they're like, oh, yeah, you got beer? Yeah. And you're sitting there, and then they like spilling the water, they're drinking all your beer, they're stomping on your crops, and you're like, you know what? I need a pump. And so they invent the pump. So
actually, I think first they invented slaves. The pump came later.
Well, then they had some stupid slaves. That was like, slaves, Jesus.
And then there was an uprising and plagues and all that stuff.
And then the pump.
And then the pump. I'm not sure of the timeline, but I'm pretty sure of the reasoning behind it.
And then came time
Incompetence. Incompetence, mother of invention.
There you go.
Right. All right.
One of the biggest problems in the world solved on the Brewing Network.
There we go.
Well, that's what we're here for.
As always, John, of course.
Yeah. Another week, another problem solved.
And to have good time and entertain you. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, I want some of your questions for John Blichmann on that microphone. And, hey, if I like the question, if John likes the question, well, I don't care if John likes the question. I may have a Brewing Network T-shirt for you. So step up. Everybody having a good time? Yeah. Woo. All right. We'll be back right after this.
Beer tasting games that train your palate, a brewery locator, and the brand new interactive beer style guide. These are just a few of the awesome things you'll find on craftbeer.com. The style guide is a beautiful example of technology in beer. Browse beer style families or turn on the automatic beer style finder and explore beer through color, bitterness, ABV, aroma, and flavor. It's really the coolest way to explore every beer style besides having them all in front of you. Go to craftbeer.com and click on Beer Styles to start the guide. Plus, enjoy the rest of craftbeer.com, the Brewers Banter blogs, beer education, how to host a beer tasting, and the invaluable Draft Quality Manual. Tons of great content that makes your beer better. Visit the new craftbeer.com right now and explore the website that brings you all the passion, camaraderie, and creativity of the craft beer community. Craftbeer.com, celebrating the best of American beer.
To the city. It's in ruins.
Only one man has the ancient
ancient knowledge to restore civilization.
I need a drink. Oh no, the liquor store's been ransacked.
You looking for beer, stranger? Boy, all the liquor got drunk up in the first 25 minutes of the apocalypse.
Wait, there's still some bottles over... Oh, no. Those are non-alcoholic beer.
I reckon you better stick to arrowroot tea and a desperate nomadic existence like the rest of us.
People, I'm a home brewer. I know how to make alcohol. Oh, it can't be done. Come with me if you want the beer. Okay, I'm going to need some big plastic buckets.
He is the chosen one. The prophecies say that he's going to get us wasted.
Someone start heating water. And then...
From the creators of Northern Brewer, the people who brought you massive selection and superior customer service, comes the Homebrewer.
Hey, my brewing brothers and sisters, this is Jamil and I love a bold, hoppy beer, one that spits resin in your face and makes you cry uncle. There are a lot of great hoppy beers out there, but at Heretic, we want to make something as bold, dank, and resiny as possible. We use hops at every chance we get, including multiple dry hop additions. The result is Heretic Evil Cousin. This light golden, 8% Imperial IPA has an easy malt character that helps take the edge off the massive bittering, but it takes a back seat to the in-your-face hop character. We make sure this beer finishes dry so the hops can jump out and slam you in the taste buds. If you can't get enough hoppy goodness, Evil Cousin is your cup of tea. Cheers.
Williams Brewing is your online resource for prompt delivery of quality home brewing supplies. Since 1979, Williams Brewing has offered the finest equipment and the freshest ingredients, backed by the best customer service in the business. Do you like to mash using efficient fly sparging, but would like an easy way to heat your strike and sparge water? Enter the new Brewer's Edge electric mash water heater, a plug-in, anywhere, precisely controlled heater for strike and sparge water. Ditch the fumes and second burner and make mashing easy. Go to williamsbrewing.com today and browse their vast selection. That's williamsbrewing.com. Orders placed by 4 p.m. Pacific Time weekdays ship the same day. Brewing is easy the Williams way.
Back to the two guys that know how to turn beer into beer. This is Brew Strong.
All right, we're back.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, there's one less T-shirt now since they had my size. Hey, I don't get a lot of Brew Network gear. This is a sweet shirt. I'm just saying, you step up with a quality question. I've got a 2X. I've got a medium. And then I've got a women's 2X for...
I might have other size women's, too, just in case.
Yeah. You wanted the women's 2X, right, Jamil?
Shh. John.
You do look good in a tight V-neck.
You're revealing my secrets. Dude, don't be... Speaking of revealing
medium.
secrets...
Okay, women's
what
medium.
do you have going on, Mr. John Blichmann? What's coming out next? You tell me.
We have all sorts of top secret things going on. We're in full Apple mode.
Top secret.
See,
top secret.
Palmer knows, and you won't tell me. I bet you. Yeah. What do you got?
I made him sign his life savings away.
His non-disclosure.
Yeah, his prenup. Yeah, John and I have a prenup.
Okay, that's fine. That's more than I needed to know.
I will say we've got some really cool new products coming up throughout the year.
Okay.
So.
And when are those to be expected?
Well, you'll probably see some trickle in through the fall and through the springtime there. But
next
we
year,
want to make sure they're absolutely perfect before they go.
Okay. Oh, so what is it that you're perfecting? You just said
top secret things. You know,
no, you mentioned you're
I could
perfecting
tell you,
what?
but then I'd have to kill you. And then what other podcast am I going to come in and talk
Kill me
about?
with kindness.
Nobody else invites you, John?
I mean, would you? I mean, really? Come on.
And speaking of BrewEasy,
yes.
I haven't gotten a Heretic T-shirt. So I'll trade you for the damn BrewEasy.
Wow.
Oh.
Look, you just
I
a
don't
T-shirt?
I don't know.
Now Jamil's going to think about it.
But you're going to
think about that one.
You're going to have to wear it so that I can keep it and never wash it.
Hey, I'll tell you, if you come out to the reception tonight,
yeah,
the Heretic booth, I've got the I Brew Beer, Save Me from the Zombie Apocalypse shirts.
All right.
And I've got the I'm a Brewer.
This is dressed
up as I get.
Yeah.
Which isn't appropriate for you. Look at you. You're all.
He's
very
snazzy.
official.
I mean, he's kind of a step above.
He's borderline fancy.
Snazzy or snazzy?
Snazzy.
Metro Man.
With an N, not a P. All right.
Yeah. John gave away shirts at the BNA 10 party yesterday, too. He gave away shirts to everybody.
I think he was drunk and throwing shirts, yes.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That was nice.
You had too much. I don't
know how you're still in business trading T-shirts for BrewEasies, though. You're a smart guy, but
that's a great business model. If you ask me, y'all need to provide them with T-shirts.
I figure if
you guys like here, take mine.
I figure if I'm nice to him, he'll stop fondling me.
No, that's not going to happen.
That's an illusion.
It just gets worse. All right, so somebody has a high quality question for Mr. Blichmann.
We got time for plenty. Oh, hang on, that's my fault.
We should turn the microphone.
There we go, try that.
That helped. Good? Okay. If you're normally, say, adding dark grains before you do a batch barge at the end to kind of reduce some of the harsher flavors from them, how would it work with this system? Would you do it during Vorloff, or would that not work as well with this system?
Oh, the mash tun's right on the top. You just lift the lid and you can put whatever adjuncts you want in whenever you want. So I'll do in fact, I just brewed a Saison before coming here. It's Saison.
That was actually a very good question.
It was a very good question, and I've added.
Are you a medium?
I learned it by listening to you.
Are you medium at double X, or are you a woman's something?
Do you want a V-neck?
Try medium.
Medium. Use it as a belly shirt, or give it to a smaller friend.
Hi. My question is a two-part thing. One is praise, and the other one is...
praise won't work around here, man.
BN jet ski? No?
The jet ski we just gave away recently.
You just missed it, yeah.
So close,
You're behind on shows, I can tell, because we did give it away.
Yeah, it was sweet, too.
So I just missed it. Okay, two-part praise/question. Blichmann guns, rule.
Thank you.
I work at a brewery that's currently bottling with Blichmann guns in line. 10-barrel brewery. So my question is, how far do you think we can push the Blichmann guns? Obviously, before getting like a bottling line.
Oh, this is a question for me. I'm just saying. We bottled 5,000 bottles of Worry using the beer guns. Of course, I had to buy the beer guns from Northern Brewer. Because John did not give me any discount, nothing.
Wow.
No. I bought myself 4 Blichmann beer guns. You could buy brass tees, and you can so all the CO2 can be ganged off of one button.
Yes.
And then all the rest, I took a metal perforated metal and bolted all the fronts to them, so you could actually activate all with just the 2 hands. Cut the springs down because the springs are too big. If 4 springs at the same time are a little beefy. And then I made I took a sawhorse and I drilled out 4 spots for bottles so they were spaced properly. We put the 4 bottles on, we dropped the 4 in, hit the gas, hit the beer gun, pull them off, and then we had 2 guys capping them.
Yeah, that's more or less what we're doing, but we're right now we have like 3 guns in line.
I'm telling you, if I didn't run this stupid brewery, I could build you an automated beer gun bottling machine.
You got 3D models of that?
I mean, really, it's just up and down, and it's
we'll
very
go to
simple.
production.
There you go. Arduino. You could run it all with a little Arduino.
Nice.
Yes.
We had a guy at the CBC come up to us and said he has bottled 109,000 bottles of beer with a beer gun.
Wow. I went to the Blue Bonnet Brew Off in Texas, and in Texas, pubs can sell growlers. You can leave with growlers. And there was a bar there that instead of having taps, they didn't have any taps at all. They just had like 20 beer guns.
Yeah.
I
sent John a picture in Portland.
Isn't that cool?
They're all beer guns, and they'll do pints off of them, but they'll do.
And they just go into like a sanitary bucket, and then they fill growlers and pints with it.
These are mounted on the wall.
Oh, right.
Like beer taps.
Nice.
And they just slip it under there and, do the gas and the beer.
I was proud of you at that moment, John. I thought that was a cool use of your beer gun.
I sent him a picture.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
And then he said something really offensive to me.
And sent you an offensive picture back?
Well deserved.
Yeah, his personal beer gun.
Well, yesterday, with 3 beer guns, we did around a little under 280 gallons of beer.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
In bottles.
Yeah, with enough people, you could do it.
Yeah.
John, you're going to have to start selling like replacement springs, people using them this much, or will they never wear out?
I'm not sure what the B10 life of that spring would be, but probably several 100,000.
Yeah, pretty good. Okay.
Several 100,000?
Well, we got to give this kid a shirt, but you're going to have to wear a 2X.
No,
that's fine.
Sorry. Let's get somebody much bigger.
Yeah. Do we have any large people with a good question?
2X wants to ask a question? Yeah, that's a 2X guy right there. All right.
I think the other
Step right up.
2X also.
Step right up.
Triple X, actually.
Going to give you a dress.
Well, first of all, I am big fans of all 4 of you, so thanks for your time here.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
John, I work in an industry. This is a non-technical question. Sorry. I work in an industry.
Question for you,
That's
Justin.
for me. Great.
Feel free to chime in. I work in our industry as our senior folks get to retirement age. We have to fill the gap, right? The technological, the knowledge. Now, John, you're probably in your early 30s, maybe late 20s, but someday you're going to end up on a beach sipping a barley wine. Do you have some? We're all afraid that you're going to disappear and Blichmann Engineering is going to.
Oh, the rest of the guys are like total retards compared to John. But
I hope. I don't know if you want to comment on that. Do you have?
I'm just the facade. I'm just making this stuff up.
I'm guessing that somebody else at Blichmann is actually the brilliant guy that's a producer or woman that's producing these things and coming up with these ideas, and he's just taking the credit. That is actually...
Do you have a spy camera in my office?
Right, see? I'm telling you. Yeah. I think you got no worries. He gets hit by a truck. I think it all just keeps going.
Well, that makes sense because Doug is the quiet one. He's the guy.
It's always the quiet one.
Yeah, it is. You always got to watch the quiet ones.
Yes.
Like John.
Yeah.
So really, John Blichmann's really just the maintenance guy, but they thought he should be the face of the company?
Yes.
Not following that logic.
I had a last name you could trademark.
That's what it was, yeah.
That's why they picked me.
Perfect.
But good question. We've got a group of really just awesome people on our team, and it's just I've always, when I was an engineer at Caterpillar, I had people that would train me in the Caterpillar design philosophy and, that whole... top quality, customer service, all that. And I've enjoyed passing that down to guys. One of our design engineers, Pete Fletcher, great guy, he's what we call, he gets it. Gets the simplicity, gets the quality, just really picks it up. So, it's really just passing on that knowledge that I gained from other people. So cool. So that's no worries. Blichmann will be going well beyond me. So
we've got time for one more.
All right. Hey, my name's Otis. Love the show. Heretic, Blichmann, everything. Cool. I build houses, and I stuck my hand in a table saw years ago. I want to hear your story.
Mine? Now, that was the most expensive. Oh, he's got one, too. There's a lot of semi-digitless people. That's the most expensive piece of trim on my house.
Nice.
Now I was making trim for my house, and when a knot catches a board, it can do impressive things in a router table thing. But anyway, That was years ago. That was like in the 90s.
Router table?
Wow.
People think I'm dumb. I still have all my fingers, huh?
But the cool thing, Jamil, with this injury is I can do this.
Yeah. Many times you've done that.
I can also do this little trick.
Right. People are like, oh my God, he really did.
Where did the rest of it go, John?
The rest of it go? Some of it went on this finger.
Okay. Yeah. Try to get it back. Yeah.
Nice.
And the rest in a bowl of chili.
Wow.
Of course.
Thank you.
Dog eat it.
Go. A shirt to that fine gentleman as well. Thank you all for participating.
One more question?
Time for one more quick one.
Yeah.
So what is the next iteration of innovation in homebrewing? We can buy pretty much turnkey brewing systems now. So what's next for the homebrewer that's going to be the next tier of?
I will speak for all of us when I say that. Take some notes here, John. I will speak for all of us when I say that the area that is most lacking in innovation is in yeast propagation. There is nothing. I mean, it's all just a couple of flasks and stuff.
Right.
And you do that, and you're required to really know how to work very sanitary and do all these things. I think a small yeast propagator that would do a really good job for people. I think
kind of
is,
like what Krispy Kreme did for donuts.
Oh yeah.
I think something where you could have a little culture at home in your freezer, and you could open up a little vial, take a loop, toss it into this thing, feed it the things, and it would run. Like I said, take some notes.
I'm taking notes. I've already got it half designed.
And then, the yeast you got out there is vitally fresh. Right. It's, plenty of cells. You could pitch that, 10-gallon batch of high-gravity beer, boom, right in there, and it's the best that it could be. There's nothing happening for that. Right. Nobody's doing that. And that's the thing nobody's thinking about. Everybody's thinking about wort production, which... really, that's great, but here's this critical step that nobody focuses on. I'm telling you, that could be it.
What do you feel about turnkey fermentation temperature control?
Sure. It's not as hard, and there are some more technologies already applied to that from the HVAC industry and from commercial brewing. So not as bad, but that could happen as well. But I think propagating yeast, that's the big one. And then yeast doesn't have to be. You don't have to ship a whole bunch of yeast somewhere.
Right.
So I think that is huge. And then I would not be surprised. Much further out in the future, something that you just hook up your tap supply to something and it filters the water, strips out all the chlorine, adjusts your minerals through RO, and then doses in what you need for Dusseldorf. Yes, I'm going to make it an alt, and then the water that comes out is already adjusted. That would be much further in the future, and it's much more expensive. But I think as time goes on, that will become cheaper. But I think the yeast thing is the next big thing. Was your question?
This is why I keep you around once per show. You know what the hell you're talking about.
I know what the hell I'm talking about.
Like a beer,
and I touch you inappropriately. So.
Like a beer,
and everyone else around.
Talking then. Turn on the water and it's beer.
Yeah,
right.
Even better. That's my kind of brewery.
Thank you guys.
So
thanks.
Get on that, John.
Okay.
I already got it half designed.
Half designed.
I'm ready.
All right, that's what we like. Half designed. It's like
it only took. I was here for what? 2 minutes?
It's job 50% at the Brewing Network. That's what we do.
Yep.
We do 50% of the time, and if that's good enough for you, then buy some Blichmann Engineering stuff because he's paying for the show, so you don't have to. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you have a great NHC. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do 3 shows starting at noon. I don't know who made that schedule, but it'll work. We'll be here for like 3 freaking hours doing shows. So stop by. More shirts, more goodies, more questions you can ask of the guests. A lot more fun to be had. The reception tonight. Come out, drink a lot of great beer, a lot of great places, have a lot of fun. Hey, nice Brew Strong shirt over there, buddy. That's the way to support. If you want to support the Brewing Network, check out BlichmannEngineering.com. Check out the BrewingNetwork.com/store. You can get a Brew Strong shirt.
Right there.
You can get You get other Brewing Network shirts. The Brew Strong shirts are the best. You get Brewing Network hats, you get hoodies, you get glassware, growlers, all sorts of stuff. And when you do, it all goes to the bottom line of the Brewing Network and helps keep this stuff going. If you like it, make sure you're supporting. That's the way it happens.
That's right.
John Palmer there. He needs a little bit of support.
A little bit.
Somebody's got to support these douchebags. Come on.
Usually we rely on elastic straps, but everything else.
No truer words have been spoken, Mr. John Blichmann. Blichmann. Go by the Blichmann booth. Check it out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Brew Strong.
Brew Strong.